I wonder why it wants it that way. Okay, I'm live. Hey, hey. All right, guys. So if you're watching this on the flip side, this is a heating pad thing for resin. I'm heating it up. It's getting hot. I'll wait till some people get in here and I can explain it better. All right. Let's get that cup. Let's get a cup for that. Let's get a cup for that, baby. I know we're gonna need two. We're gonna need 2 cups. We're gonna need our resin. Oh my gosh, I wish I had some gloves. I don't think I have any dang gloves, and that's kind of dumb to be doing resin with no gloves. If this resin's even like good, I haven't done resin in a long time. Come here, babies. Come here, come here, come here. This is gonna be stinky. Let's close the door. We don't want the cats in here with resin, do we? No, we don't. We don't want the cats in here with a resin. No way, Jose. Okay, this thing is already a mess. I'm gonna go look for some gloves downstairs. I will be back. Okay. Yeah, that didn't feel good. I know I have some gloves somewhere. What am I doing? What is that? That's cool. Yeah. Oh. Here's a couple. Yes. Okay, good. Here's a couple. All right. Now. Oh, it's been so long. Oh, these are so tight. I thought these too small. Okay. Getting my gloves on. Gotta get a stir. And I need paper towels. Did I hide them from the cats? I bought some more paper towels. Although, okay, I'm gonna go grab my paper towels. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm gonna cover that one too. Okay. If I have any of those little sponges. I wanted to try to keep with my timeline so I can't. Yes, I do. Good, good. So, when you're gonna resin, just know it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy. Have I got anybody in here? Okay, 4 people. Hi guys. I can't see who's in here, but I'm gonna show you something real quick, okay? So if you watched my last video, you know that I did this pretty one. And then I had a lot of leftover paint, tons of leftover paint, right? So remember I did a whole bunch of these. And they're pretty dry looking. So let's cover them with the resin. And let's make them shiny so they're not dull. So you're gonna need your resin. Now, I use 2 parts, 50-50. Half resin, this says resin right here, half resin, and half hardener. One of them pours out really thick. Let me just move this for a second while I do this. I've got my little measuring cups. It's going to be 50-50. So see how this shakes? This is the hardener. Hardener right here. I don't know how you guys are seeing this in your picture. So it doesn't really need to warm up. It's already ready to mix. I'm going to probably have leftover. I'm going to do 4 ounces. How many? This is 8 ounces. So I'm going to do 4 and 4. Okay. It stinks, just so you know. Be in a ventilated place. It's stinky stuff. So I'm going to pour out 4 ounces of this. Okay, there it is. That's the hardener. And you're going to see, as I pour out the next one, how thick it is. I'm going to make sure you guys can see that. Kind of up close? I don't know. Put it right here. Can you what? Can you grab the something? I'm sorry, it disappeared on me. Okay, listen. So, this is KS resin. That's the brand. This is the resin. Watch it pour out. It's hard. How can I do this so you guys can see it? I wonder if I tip it like this. Oh, and now it doesn't like, see, YouTube doesn't like it that I did that. It said that I messed up. It says it's all out of whack. God dang it. What if I go like this? Oh, now it's showing. Okay, so look, here. US fluid ounces, 4. So I'm gonna, I hate doing it. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Hang on. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this so you can see how slow it comes out. Okay? It comes out really slow. Like this. See? Oops. See how slow it, see how it is? See how it's kind of goopy like? And let's ease up a little bit. You want it to be pretty much close to, as close as you can get it to the correct amount. Because I'm holding it, I'm gonna get down here and look at it. I'm gonna move this now so you guys can see better. I wanted to show you that so you could see how thick it is. Let's see, is it at 4? Oh my God, it's exactly at 4. That is a trip. Okay, so now also what you can see, this helped me a lot. I wish I would have known this. See the bubbles in there? We don't want bubbles in there. So I bought this thing on Temu a long time ago. This is like a heating pad for resin. So I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to stick this on here. I used to get warm water in a, you know, just like a container, like maybe something you do dishes in or stack stuff in. And I'd fill it with hot water. Now, a lot of people will start ahead of time and they'll heat their resin. So I'm going to heat this up because as I heat this up, these bubbles are going to go out. Okay. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'll mix them together and I'll show you how we mix it. Okay. You want to make sure that you thoroughly mix your resin. You want to make sure that your measurements are even. It's got to be that way, okay? I mean, if it's a little bit off, that's fine, but you see people use scales. They get really particular with it, It's because if you don't, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Because if you don't mix your resin properly, it might not dry properly because, right, it's going to go on wet, but it's going to dry hard and it's going to have like a shield, like a coating on it. I'm trying to see if I have anything in here that's resined that I can show you. Yeah, but it's not really the appropriate thing. I used to do some shot glass trays and stuff back in the day. So we'll just show you with this. So here I mixed mica powder color into some resin. This was a mold, right? And I poured it in there, but see, it gets hard. So it's like a hard, shiny surface. Okay, it's probably a little bit messy. I just pulled it out of a box, but it's a hard, shiny surface. So when we do a thin coat of that over a painting, what we're doing is, well, we're making it shiny, but we're also preserving the painting. Some people don't like it. They don't want to see art that way. But if you're going to have, say, something like this, and you're going to have a group of them, it would be nice if it had a nice little shine on it and it wasn't dull. You could also just cover it with some, with a paint medium, you know, like a gloss medium. So you can buy gloss medium anywhere. You can get it at, I don't want to say anywhere, but you can get it at Michael's. You could probably find some at Walmart, and you could just brush that on there, and that would give it a nice coating, because otherwise the painting's just open to the elements. If you were to set something on it or spill something on it, it would stain it. Whereas if you have it resined, you can wipe it off. All right. You can buy resin that is also something you can put food on too. Here's another one I did. So I went through this whole shot glass, making these shot glass phase. So this is just a bunch of metallic foil that I put in there. Of course, and then it was in a mold, so it's all resined. But I've also done it on paintings. So sometimes I'll do a painting and I'll put mica on the painting. So if I put mica on the painting, it could brush off because it's like a dusty thing. So now if you see in here, these are getting smaller. See that? Not as many of them. So let's try to get those out, and then we're going to mix it. And then I'm going to use these brushes, and you can't reuse them. You got to just throw them away. But these are great for putting the resin on top of your paintings. And I might resin the top of this one. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's real pretty. Sides are covered nicely. I love it when the paint goes down on the side like that. Anyway, let's give it a couple more minutes, okay? And then we'll mix it. I could try mixing it now. Now also too, you want to have your torch. And I put my torch in a place so my cats can't mess with it. Your torch, you also use your torch to get out the extra bubbles when you work with resin. If you're going to do a big project with resin, you're going to want to have a mask. And I have one. I just saw it a few minutes ago. But I do have a mask I can wear because I have resin some really big art pieces before. And then I would just want to make sure that, you know, I'm not damaging my lungs in any way. This stuff is quite something. Getting your bubbles out and warming up your resin helps it to mix. So if you just try to mix it, especially when it's cold outside, it's tough. and you have to make sure that you thoroughly mix your resin. It's got to be well mixed. It's easy to, it's just easy to mess it up. So if the resin doesn't dry properly, it can be kind of gooey. It won't hold. Another thing that you want to do, now I can't really do that with these, is that, let's say, because these are so dry right here, but I can do it with the, and these are acrylic paints, but I put them on wood and I didn't treat the wood, so see how kind of dry it looks. But now for this one, for this painting, it doesn't really look dry, it's much smoother. So if I want to put resin on here, I'm going to want to take a baby wipe, not an alcohol wipe, don't use alcohol, but I'd want to take a baby wipe or at least a wet paper towel and run over it just to make sure I don't have any dust on here. If you have dust on your surface, the resin might not cover it, so it might want to kind of go away from that. What is this? It says, oh, you know what? I can see a comment come up, but then it disappears the way that I've got, because I'm standing just about even with this. Sorry about that, you guys. So you do want to make sure your surface is clean before you resin it. So I think what I need to do, more than likely, is maybe even wipe off these little guys. I'll get this wet and I'll just give them a little wipe off. I have quite a few of them. So, yeah, that's looking good. So, as you can see, there's hardly any bubbles in there now. So let's go ahead and mix it. Oh, and what I want to show you with this, I got this on Temu, I think, and it was like $35. And so it has hours on here. I could leave it on for 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours. I put it on high, but you could put it on low or medium. So say, for example, you knew you were going to do some resin and you got your stuff ready. You could have it sitting on here for quite a while. Typically only takes like maybe 20 minutes if you're using a small amount, but that's kind of nice. And then I think I can just turn, well, maybe I can't, but I can unplug it and then the heat will turn off. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug it now. Because I don't want to mix on top of it. And it's just really thin, look at that. And the whole thing heats up. It's perfect for heating up your resin. And I want to say it was about $35 maybe. And when I looked on Amazon, you guys, it was like, they were like, or maybe it was less than 35, but when I looked on Amazon, they were a lot more money. So find one on Temu. They work great. Okay, and they cool down really fast. Like I can put my skin on here and it's not burning. Okay, so they cool down super fast. They're great to have. Let me just put this back. Put it back where I had it. I actually remembered where I put it. I haven't used it in, man, I want to say a couple years, maybe. Whoopsie, excuse me. Oh my God. You guys probably heard that. I'm getting old. I just involuntarily have gas. It sucks. It just totally sucks. Okay. TMI. All right, so now we're going to mix it. So I've got my stick. Because this is the more thick one, I'm just going to actually add in this light one. We'll add it in there. Get it all in there. looks like it's at the 8-ounce mark. Boom, boom. This is going to take a couple minutes. So what's going to happen when I start to mix it, I'm going to lift it up so you guys can see it up close, okay? It's going to get cloudy. That means it's mixing. I'm going to show you at first what it looks like here. Shove this in here. It doesn't get on anything. Okay. So, you can see the difference, right? Here's the hardener and here's the other part. See the difference in the color. It looks kind of yellow on top. Don't worry about that. It's going to be clear. So when I start to mix, it's going to get cloudy. That's the first thing. You've got to scrape your sides, but watch this. See it? You're getting kind of gooey-like. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Trippy, huh? Getting kind of gooey. Turn that light a little bit. Getting cloudy. Now it's all cloudy because it has mixed together. So you can see it's a cloud. It's not clear anymore. I'm going to scrape my sides. I'm going to put a paper towel underneath here. So I can see it coming out because I'm right up at the 8-ounce line. So let's just do this. Okay. Cloudy. Let's keep going. Scrape your stick. Scrape the sides. All this stuff I learned, you guys, I learned it on YouTube. And now I'm teaching you guys how to do it. I just watched videos. I'd never heard of resin. I didn't know how they got stuff shiny. I didn't know what it was. I was fascinated with it. Super milky looking still. I'm just going to keep going. Could take 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever, something like that. Once you mix it, you only have a certain amount of time to use it, so you want to make sure that you're ready to use it. If you mix a big batch, once I mixed a big batch and I was covering all this stuff, and I was in my living room and I look over and it's smoking. It was going to catch on fire. I had to take it outside, throw dirt on it. Scared and the smell. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It only has a certain amount of lifetime. It'll start to harden on you or it'll heat up. So don't do big giant batches that you're not ready to pour onto something right away. All right. Let's see, it's all over my gloves. Thank God it's not on my hands because it like stays on your hands. It's nasty. Okay, let's give it some more mixing. Yeah, see how it's not as bad as it was. Starting to clear up just a little bit. Scrape your stick, scrape your sides. Keep your gloves on. Can you guys hear those crickets? There's crickets outside my window. I've got my window open. I hope you guys are having a good week. When I take Wednesdays off, I work 10-hour days, so I work Monday, Tuesday, and take Wednesday off just because I'm getting older. If I don't do it, by the time Thursday rolls around, I am so tired that I can't think. I started doing all this stuff during COVID because I was in a relationship. Well, I take that back. I was, but we weren't living together. I needed stuff to do. You know, I couldn't go anywhere, and So I just started learning how to do all this stuff now. It's pretty cleared up. Let me bring it up. It's gonna look kind of yellowish. But as I go like this, can you see it's cleared up? See how it's cleared? It's mixed. It's nice and mixed. Scrape a little more. It's got a few bubbles in it, but the torch can get that out. Okay. Just gonna do just a little bit extra just to make sure it's good. But yeah, it's all mixed up. Scrape your side, scrape the bottom, scrape your stick. Okay. There. All mixed up. Can you see the side of it? See how it's kind of looking pretty clear, right? That means it's done. It's ready to go. So I'm going to set it over here and get rid of this thing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this back. Put this back. This is my paper. Put my paper back. Kind of wiped off my gloves. Now, what I'm going to do, now I saved my little cups right here. So with these cups, what I did was, let me see if I can bring you up a little bit more. Get a little bit more. Oh, it just wants to sink back. Okay. So what I did was I have these little cups, right? So I could just put them on like that. Now that might not be even. Oh, whoops. Oh, what happened? Why does it do that? Why is it out of focus? Come on. It should flip back into focus in a second. Did it? It's got a lot of shadow. Sorry about that. Oh, I got shadow big time. Let me see. I go like this. Is that helpful? A little bit. Let me just go like this a little bit. I apologize for my shadow and everything. Okay, so I just thought I can put them on here like this. Right? Now it might not be even, but we're gonna do a thin coat. So let's just get these set up. These would be great if you're wanting to sell stuff at crafters fairs and stuff, you know. These are kind of big to make a magnet out of, but you could group them, right? So I had all this leftover paint and I thought, well, I can group them. Let's see, can you see them all? You can see to here. Okay. When I get to the other ones, I'll move the camera. One more cup. Okay. Oh, and then I've got this pretty one here. I think that's really pretty. That was a painting that I did. I just dipped it in there. So maybe, I don't know if I like this one. This one's weird. Okay, whoopsie. I'm gonna go get this one. Now I hope that putting something wet on here is not going to mess with the paint. So let's try it with this one that I don't like that much. No, it's good. Okay, good. Perfect. So just in case there's any dust on them, right? We're just gonna give it a quick wipe. Dust will make a bubble, will create that bubble, create that divot on your resin. Okay. Okay, this is a very pretty, this is pretty. I like this one. This one's pretty. I like this one a lot too. Kind of looks like the sea. If you guys are like me, somebody could say something. So I just said under the sea, and then I want to start singing that song from Little Mermaid, Under the Sea. This is just, you know, pops in my brain. Okay, there we go there. Here we go here. Did I do this one? I don't think I did. Okay, done. This one over here, this one. And I'll wipe this one off too, the big one, in case we have enough left over to do that. There we go. Now, we'll get in here. You're just gonna have to throw this stick away if you're using one of these things. Okay. And you notice it looks like it starts to pull away. Stop using it, okay? All right. Here's the resin, looking good. Not heating up. I haven't done this forever, so we'll see how it goes. Let's just pour a little, come on, baby. Pour a little bit on there and see. You guys see? Maybe that much? Do you see how much I put on there? You see how? That much? Okay, let's brush it. That's a lot. That's actually a lot. So we don't quite need that much. And you can actually hold it from underneath like this. Just get a little bit on the side. The main thing is have it on the top. Okay. Looks okay. It's got some bubbles on it. It does have bubbles on it. We'll torch it. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Let's go to the next one. I could do a whole bunch of them at once. Maybe I'll do 2 at once. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Okay, a little bit. A little bit. Doesn't need a lot. Okay, let's get up underneath it like this. I'm holding it underneath. And let's paint it. Gonna look really pretty when it's dry. Whoops. Might as well do the sides. Sides seem a little bit more difficult, probably because there's not that much paint on the sides. So you want to make sure that you cover it, that you're really looking at it when you do it, okay? And I see one, I see right there, it didn't cover. Make sure it's covered. Okay, it's covered. I'll flop it back down. Oops, flop it back down on here. Like that. And give a little torch. Boom. Okay, this one. Okay, this one's already going over to the side. Because it's nice and thin, I don't think that it matters that that it's not even. If this was a gigantic big painting, it would matter a lot because it would all go to one side. Then I'd have a bunch of divots. but I don't think it matters in this application. I can see it's dripping off. I feel like you just gave a little drip to that one. Might be good to have your work area. Oh, see, now look at, there's a little, I didn't cover that spot right there, so maybe this one just has to stay with me. Okay, there we go. Done. Torch. Okay, oops. All right, let's pour a couple more. Did I do this one? No, no, no. I don't think you guys can see those. I'll move that. How many can you see? 3. You can just see 3, 3. Okay. Let's do a little here. Oops. A little here. Okay. And let's pick it up. Underneath. The sides. 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 Take a good look at it. Make sure you got a good light to take a good look at it. Make sure you're getting it. Sometimes they will get the divots in them anyway, even when you do all this stuff. You're going to notice your imperfections a lot more than anybody else is, too. And that's for dang sure. Okay, hang on. Boom, boom, boom. Get on there, baby. Ew, what are you doing? Teeter-totter. Okay, torch it. Okay, this one, it's got a nice big blob on it. See that there? Okay, paint it. We can let a little go over on, no, what do you, no. You don't do that, you stay there. Okay, in fact, I might have a little extra on this one. It's nice to have a nice big coat on it, though, that's for sure. This one's got a lot on it. Can you see it? This one's thick. I poured a lot on this one. Now, as long as it doesn't get a divot, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Okay. See how shiny that is? Look at that. Can you see that? See that? Ooh, yeah. Okay. Let's try to get it on there nice and even. It's not leaning. Okay, torch it. Okay, now let me move you. Let me move you down a little bit to see more of it. See, I've got all that too. Let's go like that. Okay. Now I did this one, no. I did that one. I didn't do this one. Let's do this one. Oops. Let's do these two. I purposely made more than I needed for these because I did not want to run low. Okay, so there it is. See the big blob on it? See, I can even like move it around like that. But I'm gonna brush it just to make it go a little faster. Work a little faster for me, okay? These wood blocks, I can't remember. I might have bought them on Amazon. I can't remember. They weren't that much money. I think I got 10 in a pack or something. Bought a couple packs of them. A little bit of boo-boo right there on this one. And I can whittle that down if I want to, or, you know, if I was selling it at a place, I just might not sell that one. Okay, this one went off the edge right there. Let's paint this one. could put one of those little saw hooks in the back, you know what I mean? For hanging. Of course, if you do that, then you're deciding which way it goes, but you can always do that too. People will appreciate that. Then they can just take it home and hang it right away. They don't have to do anything except, you know, figure out what they're going to hang it on. Okay. A couple little bubbles there. All right. Did I torch that one? I can't remember. It doesn't hurt to torch it again. Let's just go over these. Is that one done? No. Let's just torch these just to make sure. They're going to be so pretty when they're, I'll show them to you when they're dry too. Just move that. Let's get this one. So let's do these two, and then I'll get cups for the other one. For the other two I have left. And I have quite a bit left, so we're going to do that big painting there. And that's going to be really cool. Okay, so here we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah, okay. Whoops. Dropped a little on there. So I could just do it over this one, huh? Okay, get it on the side. A little rough. A little rough on these signs. You know, if you can cut wood and stuff, you could do this stuff yourself. You don't even have to buy these. You know what I mean? If your husband knows how to do it. Or if you know how to do it, I'm being sexist. I apologize. I'm being very sexist when I say that. You could cut stuff out and do it like, you know, do your own thing. Okay, that looks really pretty. These all look nice. When they get the shine on them, man, they just look super duper. Really brings out the paint, you know? Just makes it look so much prettier. It's getting a little sticky. Good thing I don't have too many of these to do. It's starting to get a little sticky. Okay, there. Let's torch these, get a couple more cups. You guys see that one? Yes, and this one way over here. Okay. Oh, and this one. Okay, so those three. So hang on, let me just get a couple little cups for those. Okay. Oops. Little cup here. Boom, boom, boom. Little cup here. I'm going to close my window because I don't want any dust coming in here. Okay, and then this one here. Boom, boom. There we go. I think we have enough to do the top of that other thing. So let's pour this. We're going to pour this one. We're going to pour this one. And we're going to pour this one. Boom, boom. We got it, we got it, we got it. Nice. Okay, let's get it on there. Can you guys see it way out here? I hope you can. This one I put a lot on. I put a lot on this one. So it could end up getting a divot because I have so much on top. It's not just a thin layer, so a thin layer is good. Not too thin, but you know, not so thick that, boom. Oh yeah. I love resin because it just really just brings your painting to life, you know what I mean? Now, some people that aren't doing this kind of funky art, you know, they don't like it. You know, people that are actually just painting or, you know what I mean? Maybe they're doing portraits or landscapes. Like people that are artists that like to actually that draw things are not just doing, you know, psychedelic kind of stuff like I like to do. But I like this stuff. Okay. And so there's that one. And then this one. This is going to be very pretty. So when you have leftover paint, when you paint something, you have leftover paint. Some people let the paint dry and then they do something, they call it skins. They do something with it. They stretch it onto stuff. I think they make like buttons or pins or something. I'm not sure. I don't really do that. But if I have leftover wet paint, you know, I can dip something in there like this. And then I'm just making a whole nother thing. This. Boom, boom. Okay. Now, wipe off my hands a little bit. This stuff gets so sticky. Okay, let's torch this. Oops. This torch, every time I turn it off, it goes to safety. Okay, so these are a really good one to get. I think I got it on Amazon. Check that if you have kids, because then your kids can't go into your room and take the safety off. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go like this. Let's take, oh, there's some of those. I'm going to move you now. Hopefully YouTube isn't going to get mad at me for doing that. I'm going to go like this. No. Got these two big, whatever they are. Put them like that. Get it close together like this. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Move this a little bit. Little bit of a tight squeeze there. Okay. And then, can you see it? No. Let me fix it so you can see it. There it is. So let's do this painting now and see what happens. Hang on just a second. All right. I don't want a bunch of that stuff running off onto this cup. So we're going to go like that. All right. Okay. Let's paint it on here. I'm going to be careful with the sides right here since I've got something right next to it. No, we don't want those decided to become twins and be stuck together. Okay. Look at all that. There's a lot on there. Look at that. Woohoo. Get on the side like that. Oh, whoops. I'm getting a little crazy, aren't I? Look at that. Oh no, you get back up there. Okay. I better be careful. Oh my God, excuse me. Jesus Lord. Do this over and over. That's That's a nice thick coverage. Yep, it wants to gap right there. Wants to gap there. And it wants to gap over here. I'm just going to scooch this a little bit. Yep. Okay, that's looking good. Okay. Torch it. This is going to be gorgeous. Let's just redo this real quick. Little torchy torch, babies. Okay, I've got some stuff left. Let's see. Do I have anything? Okay, I like this black one. I like this painting a lot. This was a dip too. I dipped this in some leftover paint. So what I'm gonna do is see if we can cover this. I'm gonna put this here. And I'm gonna put this here. I'll move you so you can see. There, boom, boom. Okay, excuse me. It could go into a frame. If I put it into a frame, it will be fantastic, right? Because the sides are not all covered. So let's just do this. Boom, boom, baby. Closer. Oh, it hurts my back leaning over like this. Okay. But standing for a little while. Okay. Whoops. I'm just going to hold it for a minute and then I can set it down. Then I can set it. So anyway, so this is great. And then what I can do with this is I can put it into a frame. Right. And then it's okay that the sides didn't get completely covered. And it could look super cool. You can find those deeper frames sometimes even at IKEA, right? Which is super cool. We'll just make sure that we've got the edges covered like that I'm not dripping it all over my other paintings. Okay, I think that's good. Let's set it right there. Very good. I'm going to take off these messy gloves. And I'm going to torch it. And then we're going to just leave it alone and let it cure. And it'll take, I don't know, 12 hours or so to cure. But yeah, we got a lot covered. I'm not seeing, I see a little bit of divot here. Yeah, I see a little bit there. Let's see if I can fix it. And I'm not seeing it anywhere. I see a little bit here. Of course, I'm wanting it to be perfect. This one looks real good. I see just a little bit on the edge right there. This one a little bit right here. It's hard to get them to be covered perfectly. A lot of people don't even notice or care. But I like it to be completely covered. This is looking good. That's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so let's do this. There. The and that helps with the divots and the bubbles. And then, of course, let me bring you down and show you guys, okay? My lighting's not so, oh, my hands are so sticky. I'm going to go wash my hands real quick because I don't want to hold my iPad with it being that sticky, and I'll be right back. Oh, I have to walk slow because my back's locked up. I have degenerative disc disease in my back since like, no, my 40s. And I don't want to take medication for it, so it's just, I have to deal with it. Okay, you guys, I'll bring you down and show you how cool it is. Make sure that my lid's on good on my resin. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, this was fun. I hadn't done this in a long time. Long time. Okay. So, sorry about the noise. Oops. Is it gonna get it right? Get it right, baby. Okay, here we go. Now, look at that. Look how pretty that looks with the shine on it. Looking fantastico, my babies. Look at this one. See how pretty it looks? Nice. Look at this big one here. Look at this. Okay, whoops. Oh, my camera's not that great. I think I have my camera on low. Dang it. But look at how good, look how pretty that is. You can just see the reflection of the tape on the wall in there. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just going to be fantastic. Dried there now, you can kind of see it better there. See that shine on there? Woo-hoo! Okay. And then this one. Oh, there's more. This one. I showed you this one, right? Okay, take a second to focus. This is an old iPad. I'm probably ready for a new one. There we go. There's that one. Then there's this pretty one I did with just a little bit of tiny bit of leftover paint. You can see, you can almost see my iPad shadow in it. It's very shiny. There's that one. That's weird. It's like a ghost. That one's a trippy one. Okay. Okay, we're getting grainy again. Sorry about that. And this one's very pretty. And then I did this black and white one. That was a dip when I did a painting last summer. That's trippy. And I just dipped it in. I had so much pour off that I just dipped it in there and kind of swooshed it out. So that could be very cool. And you're seeing reflection because I've got resin on it. So I'm not seeing any divots. I don't want to get divots on this big one. So it looks like everything covered good. So basically you just want to make sure that you mix your resin thoroughly. Mix it thoroughly. Yeah, and give it a try. If you have any questions about resin, send me a text. I've worked with a bunch of different ones. Not text. You know what I'm saying. Send me a, I'll answer you in the comments. Leave a comment. But anyway, there we go. Boom, boom. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a very nice evening. Oh, help, it's 1 part resin and what? Okay, 1 part resin. So when you buy your resin, it's going to say if it's 1 part resin, 1 part hardener. Okay, some of them are going to be 2/3 hardener, 1 part resin. Some are going to, you know what I mean? They're all different. So I usually use the 1-in-1. Read it before you buy it. Look on Amazon. Also, look at other people's channels and see what they use, okay? I've used that resin art one, and I think that's half and half. And it's got like a little heart on it, kind of like red and orange. That's a good product. This KS resin is really good. I think KS resin is by an artist that does this beautiful, beautiful work. And she makes her own resin. There's some that are better than others. Some that, but here's another thing, you guys. Look at how long the life of it is, right? You can see I was working with that for quite a while. It didn't smoke. It didn't start to harden up on me. It didn't burn. There's some that will have a shelf life. Like if you go to Hobby Lobby or if you go to Michael's, I don't know that you're going to get the best brands there. So you got to really be careful because you might get one that says it has a 10-minute lifespan or a 20-minute lifespan or something. No, no, no. You don't, 10 minutes isn't long enough, right? I mean, if you were just going to cover some little earrings or something like that, it would be okay. But no, 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 no. You don't want to do that. So look at the lifespan and read the directions. Just make sure you do that, okay? Read the directions, look at the lifespan of the resin. I would not buy any resin that had anything less than at least 20 minutes, right? Because I don't want it to, if it starts to harden on you, it's going to get all sticky and gooey and it's not going to work. You've got to have it in that liquid form and you've got to have it long enough so that you can work with it. So I like the KS resin, but I have used a whole bunch of different ones. Okay, guys. And the one that smoked, when I told you about earlier in the video, the damn thing was going to catch on fire in my living room. And it was a big batch. I had to take it outside, throw dirt on it. I was so scared. And the smell, ooh. So it only had like maybe a 10-minute lifespan. I didn't know. But that's how I learned that lesson. Okay, you guys, I'll see you soon. Check out my other videos. I love to do fluid art, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. And just remember, with all the craziness we're going through in our nation, we are going to get through it, okay? We're going to get through it. All right, you guys. Peace. Peace.